Hello gamers, hello noobs. I'm with the hidden gem of every tournament. You might be thinking, how is he getting picked in the second or third round when you don't see him play? Well, that's because he's that good. If he'd play, he'd be the first pick people would fight over for. The man who just feels the game no matter what. Complex.
Hello.
That's good. This is the first duo game that I'm recording.
Interesting.
This is
So
Medusa.
duo games never have any chat, usually. So we'll see how this goes.
This one proves to be an exception, even now. Because you feel, I think that people that come from SIH, they just love to chat, and this is what they just do. They chat, and they have this coach backseating them and feeding them logic and info, so they can just focus on the social part of the game. This is perfect for them.
Okay, so I remember a long time ago I played some tournaments. One read which I think is interesting in duo games is if somebody's like chatting a ton, usually
Uh,
they're spy slash Merlin because they don't need to like be solving the game and don't really need to talk to their coach very much because they already know who's spy
uh,
and who's res.
yeah, that happens very often, especially with new players. They just forget to even pretend to be VT.
Yeah, okay. So also 1.1, we already got somebody off apping their pick. Lovely.
So Medusa just
And
likes to improve.
this is how we know we've got a good game on our hands.
Medusa is doing the Tom meta. Off up everything that gives you hammer.
You know, I think the win rates where you and your res have hammered 2 dot or in M2 is exponentially higher. So the meta sort of makes sense until everybody starts doing it.
Yeah, this meta would make sense. Like, it tries to capitalize on this thing that people can randomly off up. Because some people just randomly off up both him once. And if he would off up or something gives him hammer, he just wins. Go.
Yeah, but hopefully in the tournament people are not randomly off apping, though. Clearly, you never know.
Well, let's hope for the best. Let's see this. Oh yeah, Medusa is off uppering everything and he gets unpicked by 1.4, which I don't know if it's the best. Let me see. I would actually unpick Raf on 1.4 probably, because 1.3 is sus.
Yeah, so Avalon God. Well, I think Avalon God is on every team with good M1s.
Uh-huh. Yeah, definitely now.
But I feel like people just think he's like res outing. Let me read the chat. Yeah, I think people are
Let's
liking his
try to
chat.
read the chat. There's a lot. And this is only a one. People don't even try to play Avalon here. Just-
You know, I feel like sometimes people just like if you just like are chatting and chatting, like especially when you're new, it's hard to do that as a spy because when you're a spy, you have to like think about, oh, how am I, who, like, what team am I gonna push?
Oh,
How am I gonna get res?
yeah, and I would say that you have the same POV when you're Merlin, because you're also trying to think about like, oh, what did you pick? Like, how can we slam clean? You're just living in
Yeah,
fear.
and then you're a VT and you're like, fuck it, I'm just gonna type.
Okay.
Also, pardon my language.
I'm just gonna type. Here he is. Also, by the way, Medusa has played without his coach till now
Well,
because
you
Pooh
don't,
is his coach.
you, Oh,
So
because
he's
I know
pretty
in this
shit.
format they don't reveal who the coaches are. And also him playing without his coach explains a lot.
Myself. I think we can guess the coaches. So one would be definitely Tom. There's Stern, there's Handshake, and Ave. So rough. Let me see. So Stern is coaching Treyway. Stern is coaching Treyway. Going to coaching. I have no idea.
Something interesting is that out of the M1s, the Hat only has two good teams, or two teams with good M1s, and only one of them, and one of them's right hand side plus Avalon God, and the other one is Hat, Wrath, Avalon God, and uh and Jeb. So it's interesting that Jeb accuses
Mm-hmm.
M1, and like you never really know because you can't really know what Avalon God is thinking when he off pick off apps. I was kind of just treating it as a normal off pick
Yeah, with a
because he
misclick.
kind of guys, I just misclicked 3 times in a row. Trust.
By the way, 2.4 is a safe reg because he has hammer.
You know the basic rules of Avalon. When you have hammer, you gotta always reject to make sure that you can get your hammer.
The hats is so oh okay, let's focus on the game.
Okay,
Because
let's
this
see.
pick definitely needs my attention. And it's
No, I like
blue.
this pick.
Yeah,
This
it's
is I think this is
1.1.
very low. It is 1.1, but he apped it, and I don't. And like,
That's why it's funny. I mean, if he's
you know,
Merlin and he's trying to frame Medusa for that, that would be so funny because he definitely has a 50-50. 2.5 is clean. At least a
yeah, but
50.
oh, is Avalon God Medusa? That explains so
Yeah,
much.
it's just Avalon God is
I,
Medusa.
uh, I think M2 has a high chance of floating though. Like a lot of new-ish players really they float once and then they get addicted to floating because it's like I don't know. I don't think it makes a more like a significant difference in win rate,
Mm-hmm.
but people really love to just float and then because sometimes people will just like app everything thinking, oh, it's probably clean, and then leave themselves a really mediocre situation.
There's one argument that MQ might be clean is that people didn't take time. And I feel like if I would be a noob who's playing a spy and I have my coach, then maybe I would just look for a second. Maybe he told me to float or something. And people instantly voted on whether to
That makes
fail
sense.
or pass.
And like I don't mind the
Unless it's
pick. Like even if
hats.
I'm a yeah, or like Hats is a PR. I'm just like I don't know. If you're like Merlin there, do you just slam clean and just be like fuck it? Like who's the add to that team that you end up picking?
So, imagine it's Jab and Treyway, so he rejects 2.4 because it's obviously not clean. He knows. We reject the spies, and he just removes another
Of
spy.
course.
Fuck it.
I just don't know why if you're picking like if it's anti-Jeb Trey and I'm Merlin as Hats, I'm always picking Wrath and Avalon God. And I want to slam clean. Because I think
Hmm.
that's a much more legitimate pick.
Yeah, you wouldn't pick Jab because he accused. I mean, I feel like he could
No, no,
just
not
add to
Jeb.
himself. Do a more
You
like.
just pick like you pick Wrath and Avalon God. Jeb, I don't know.
No, I'm saying
I
you
I feel
don't
like
pick Jab.
yeah, you don't pick Jeb and M2, obviously. unless you're like going totally off the rails. And
Oh, right
but
hand side. It's not a bad pick, right hand side and make. If you're picking hats, you're not picking Avalon God. After 1 point, after he picked 2.5, but I don't think he should be picking hats. Left hand side and Raf, I think would be better from his POV.
I really don't like this pick. I like the reject, but the reject, but sometimes in these like M2s that are cleaned, the rejects are just scummy spies not wanting to
Yeah.
see more missions. Because like, what role is Trey to reject that mission? Like, do you reject that as a VT? That seems very hard to do.
No, it's a good team with M1s and Jeb accused, so I see no reason for him to reject his VT. Really.
The only reason I could see is like 2.4, he accused M1, but I more see that as an accusation of M1 plus one,
Yeah, exactly.
and kind of.
Exactly. I also prefer to think that this is accusing M1 plus 1, not just M1. Dre, is there a mission you would like to see? Question mark. If that's the team, 2.4 doesn't happen. Alright, so Trey Weiss, coach, thinks 2.4 is accusing M1.
Well, I think it's like to me, it's like sometimes accusing M1 and sometimes not accusing M1, depending on the situation.
It's this thing that our
And
community didn't decide which one is it. Like, some people think it's this, and some people think it's that.
you just have to like you just kind of base it on the situation and go from there. And like
Alright.
for a while, I just like added myself to M1 a lot because I had adopted the if you do not pick M1 plus one, you're accusing M1, and the only person that gets to have fun in M2 is the person that was unpicked in Hammer. But I think that's like stops a lot more interesting picks just for the fear of what if M1 is clean and then I accuse it and then I am unmerlin for the rest of the game.
The amount of chat in this game, given that this is a duo game, and given that there's literally 0 fails on the board, is ungodly. Just look at this. This looks like a crit. Like a crit chat.
I don't like this team. Well, I was right to not like this team. I just I feel like I really think Avalon got his res.
I
I
don't
don't
think
know.
picking Try is a good idea from their POV if he's raging everything. Like, you
Oh,
pick Trey, maybe. Like, you remove Trey and then you make him confess for M5 after M4 fails because he seems to know what his team is by rejecting everything.
also, he on picked anti jab hats, and then he rejects other two viable teams.
Um,
Like it seems like he has an idea of what he wants, and
the same about hats. He seems to know what he wants. Holy moly! Let's go.
no, wait,
Jeb
what?
off
What
out,
is
by
this?
the way. Oh,
What the fuck?
he's off
Wait,
picking
why is he
instead of
doing
Goddess
that?
because he's Merlin.
I picked a reg. They asked. Okay.
It's a
Maybe his
funny
coach
meme.
told him to pick 2.5, and his 2.5 isn't clean, but he doesn't want to pick unclean teams.
Yeah, so first of all, I think yeah that picking Trey on 3.4 is a mistake from Res if Trey is a spy. And the hats, well, he could be a spy here. You know, he's trying to make some space because he knows that M2 will fail. He's Morgana and he's scared that he will get Percy'd, spied by Percy.
Well, I feel like it is very likely he's gonna get spied, but also he's off a mission. So if let's say they pick M2 and it fails, who would you res?
Oh, that's a very good
Uh,
question.
so what about Wrath? Is Wrath
I'm trying to
like
think,
so?
like, if he's 3.2 is the only thing we have.
This is another reason I really don't love 3.4 because you see that 3.2 you have like when you pick an M3, I like it that when M2 fails and M3 fails, you at least know that one person has to be res, at
Yeah.
least from somebody. But in this, first you pull two people off of M2, so it's not like you have one person that's totally off missions. And the other thing is, it's like I feel like everybody in this game has some sort of spy team left after M2 because I was like, I want to res Wrath, and that'd be nice because he's Hammer, and but if but I feel like Wrath, like it could just be like left hand side Trey, but that got rejected. But if you don't like that, it could be like Wrath and Avalon God, Wrath and Mick.
I think that after MT fails, Trey is a very good person to Russ. Because, he was picked on every M3, and people seem to, get involved with him and still pick him no matter what.
Actually, the Hats should res, I think, Jeb if this fails. Or not Jeb, not Jeb. Who should they res? Well, the Avalon God and Hats, the only team left, I think, would be Square if this fails.
Yeah, this fails
Like,
because it has 6 approves. Let's go. Here we go.
yep. So I think Hats and Avalon Gods really should not like each other here. But like,
So who'd flow this one most likely? Well, I kind of think the Hats is most likely to float this one from the timings and the nature of this duo game. Might be a whimsy
yeah.
read, but fuck it. And Rayway, yeah, people seem to involve him in the game all the time. In M3s, I'm kind of vibing
Well,
with him, Raz.
okay. So I think Avalon God and Hats are one spy, one res.
Hmm.
Because I don't think Mick and Trey as two spies solo reject missions in M3. Uh, and then Avalon God and Hats are both like pick the one other spy. And if the Hats is res,
Hmm.
like I don't think M1 plus the Hats is allowed to be a team after 2.5 because he did not need to pick that 2.5.
I'm thinking about bottom, to be frank. But just
Well,
people seem
that's
to
that.
spy Mick. Yeah, it's 3.1, I know. That's why because look, people are spying Mick from chat. It's all over for my guy Mick. Well, Mick's fascist. It's Mick. He's told. So Hats and Jeb are spying Mick.
Then maybe it's then bottom seems like a team, but
Yeah.
bottom.
Hmm.
I feel like if it's bottom and I mix either a VT spy or he should just slam bottom and app it
Anti-Hats and
when
Mick, maybe? Hats Mick, or maybe anti-Jeb
I
and
don't buy anti-jet
Comp.
Mick. If
No,
it's anti, yeah.
right hand side and Mick.
Uh,
And it was picked on 3.2, so clean would be rejected
yeah.
in any
I
world.
I don't buy
Fuck.
that.
Yeah, it doesn't look likely.
Okay, let's assume clean is not rejected
Mm-hmm.
because I assume clean is usually not rejected.
Here, Jeb would look very good. Jeb would look incredibly good if clean wasn't rejected.
This team actually makes a decent amount of sense to me.
So let's see what Mick did. Well, God is a spy. The first thing he says is that God is a
No,
spy.
no, no. I don't like this team. Why is God and Mick playing like this?
Yeah, exactly. I wanted to say this. Why is he instantly spying his co-spy? That I don't think this is likely.
What is Jeb saying?
So Jap is saying, let's highlight his chat. Why is Medusa engaging with Mick? And Raph are reclaiming right hand side. This
It seems like
sounds
Morgana.
kinda sus. Yeah, this chat sounds sus. Like, I'm looking for a team. Please give me a team. But yeah, people
So
rest Trey. Yeah, that's good.
okay, so if Trey's res and Jeb is spy, then that means Wrath
But
is also res if
it's
Jeb is spy.
yeah,
So
and it's very
then
likely Clean
it
was rejected.
well, unless wait, but none of this makes sense. I feel like Clean has to be rejected because I'm not buying right hand side plus God. That is just like the worst of all worlds.
And that
Like
would be brutal.
because you any M2.5 pick would that makes any sense.
2.5.
Like you can't pick that 2.5 if Trey and a God are res.
Feels like Hats and Trey are both for us. Hmm.
Sounds like I think it's bottom. I think Jeb is resing his co-spy.
Oh, that would make sense. Hmm.
Ha
So who would be
Wait, but
Merlin on bottom? Right? No.
no, Trey has BPR on bottom. But wait, but mixed by God. Maybe Jeb is Jeb res on not bottom? Is it like some zigzag?
I feel like Mick is
But
just
zigzag.
completely lost. Like, he has no idea, so he's just like, crazy. He's going crazy. And he's the only one to reject clean if it was clean, right? Bottom. So he's like, no, it can't be bottom.
I think I think Mick might be a VT then. Like
Despite God, yes.
and
Do people engage with him? Like, no one cares about what he says. That's so cute.
we're rejecting to Trey. We can move along. Okay, so on bottom, who's Merlin? Who's Percival? So I assume Trey's power roll because he has a team and he likes it. I think Jeb's Morgana.
Like, yeah, he would
If
be
Jeb
Morgana's
is
spy.
spy.
Yeah, if he's a spy. But if Trey's Merlin, like, then spies played this game so bad because Percival should be able to know that he should fight hard now.
Okay, Mick is
Maybe
buying
it's
hats. So Mick has spied Avalon God and hats and
that
is
makes no
claiming
sense.
3.4 as their team. So they are
I
okay. This
still,
is just so spyish.
Mick is just all over the place, unfortunately. And Jeb was just saying it's right hand side and he was trying to get into this right hand side. And he's
Like it.
1.3, like, who's buying 1.3?
Yeah. Also, I feel like I feel like they're trying to test Merlins because like Mick is never Merlin in
Yeah.
any world, which leaves some credibility to bottom. And then if Mick's not, then you like trying to see who will spy assassin
Yeah.
and res Mick, and then you just shoot whoever reses Mick.
Yep. So
Um,
Medusa says he's not gonna approve this.
he says what?
He said that he's not gonna approve this.
Okay, but I feel like the coach is just telling you because I feel like you never approve this as VT. Like you have to two people are have to claim PR and say
Yeah.
you approve this or I'm not approving that mission.
Yeah, but Hats is pretty much gone now. And if Hats is gone, because he didn't like Jab's team, which I think is a mistake, they should just keep together and try to sheep train Raph. So
Yeah,
it
what
looks
is
like
Wrath doing?
bottom. Looks like
Yeah.
bottom.
And like, okay, all these chats are like I spy Mick first, I res hats first. I feel like Merlins never say that because Merlins trust their Percival to know what they're saying and not to be like trying to point out the fact that
Yeah.
they said the info first.
Look at
Because
me, I
I'm trying to
have
be like,
info.
I would be like, I spied them last,
He's literally
but I,
Merlining himself. And that's something that
or,
Merlins don't do.
or he's Percival. Like,
Hmm.
but I don't think Percival is begging like that. Okay,
First,
this is Hammer.
first of all, it's pretty much this guy who like screaming stuff. Wait,
Okay,
this
so
isn't the way.
Jeb is
What is
calling
he
top
claiming?
now, or
I
something.
think he's claiming anti-Mick and Raph.
That no, 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 not after you accuse M1. You can't pick 2.4, 2.4, 2.5. No,
Yes, this is just preposterous.
I think this is quite. I feel like it's if it's anti me and Wrath. Yeah, no, okay, yeah, I agree with Mick.
This is, by the way, this
Okay.
is a copy paste from his coach. His coach sent him this, and he copy pasted. Like, this is
Okay.
100%
Also,
what happened.
has has Wrath said anything? All I've seen is I haven't claimed any teams.
Lol. But it kind
Uh,
of seems rats to me.
no,
This
I
guilty
think
chant.
he seems like a BT.
Let's go.
And also, Hats and Jeb were both rezzing him until now they're spying him and trying to push this anti-Mick wrath. But the problem is, I feel like as a VT, I can spy that team, which makes it not super compelling.
Yeah, is it possible? No, Hats and Mick. Because, well, this would be the only other team I can see besides bottom.
Hats and what would the team be?
Oh, Hats and Mick.
Yeah, but Jeb is claiming PR, and is Hats and Mick a thing?
Yeah, he would be Percival to Trey, and Hats is Assassin. He thinks it's right hand side because I don't know, 3.1 was rejected, or no, 3.1
Okay,
is
like maybe, but also like
ah
Jeb hard res hats, and I buy Mick VT more than Jeb VT because they both claimed a shitload of info.
okay, never mind. No, that's not the case because he, no, I don't know. I'm confused. Yes, it should be just bottom to be frank. Anti-Mikvraf is what he's calling, but that doesn't make any sense. Why 2.4?
Yeah, and now Wrath is spying Jeb. It's just like I think bottom gets picked, and I think Trey knows the team.
Yeah, I'm getting a
Hats
vibe
is
that he
not.
might be Merlin. Who else? Medusa? It's Medusa or him.
Okay, so let's assume that it's Medusa and Jeb, Merlin or Merlins, and Trey
Uh,
is Percival. Can he reject? So he can reject 3.2 because two Merlins, and he can reject 3.3 because two Merlins, and he apps 3.4 because one Merlin. Like I do buy Trey Percival to Medusa kind of.
hmm.
Like honestly, I might buy Trey Percival to. I think Trey might be Percival to Medusa. I think Medusa might be Merlin.
But like rejecting 3.3 is huge. So yeah, it could be because he's Percival to them.
And Avalon and but Trey
Wait,
picks this.
wait,
So
wait, wait.
so Avalon got asked for the.
Wait a second. Oh, okay, he just wants to see this. Yeah, so Trey picks what Medusa says. But he said to like just give this team a pick and then let's talk. Ruff is saying things that I don't really like, such as bottom is not the lift. Okay, so bottom is living. Oh, because he said when we already spied mix. So okay, so people don't see bottom.
Well, but the thing is, if you're Avalon Medusa, you can say anything, and if like it's Jeb and Medusa Merlin's, Purple will know it's dirty.
Yeah, he can be just acting, and he would be able to do that.
Because you know Wrath and Mick are both VTs.
Hmm. That would be a very good acting. Which, if he's Percival, I don't think it's a good choice. Because he would prefer to die instead of Trey. And there's a chance that Trey will just go, he will not withstand the pressure and go like, please reject.
No, I assume Medusa. This is you do that if Medusa's Merlin, not if you're Percival. If
Yeah,
you're Percival, this is
exactly.
a little bit insane.
Exactly. Nothing wrong with 2.5. Nothing wrong with 2.5. I just added Mick, who happened to be spy. This is
He's
such a
such a spy.
this is
Wait,
such a
wait,
funny
and
thing.
now, wait, and now he asks Trey, and he's like, "Can you speak?"
Yeah, this
I
seems like a fake chat, yeah. This seems. Can you speak to me? Why do you
and
keep
Mick's on like
speaking to Mick? I mean, I don't know why he keeps speaking to Mick. Maybe he's Merlin.
okay, is it like Wrath to Trey or something? I don't know.
Oh no, oh no.
No, no, it's just Trey Merlin on bottom.
Probably. Do we have Brave GM? I think we do. Let's do it again.
No, I thought Medusa was doing a huge brain play.
Well, maybe this is the part. Maybe we're still during the play.
Okay, but this is like over the top because you could just like chill and Trey, if you're Percival, you just shoot it down.
Hmm.
Honestly, if I'm Percival, I just shoot that down. No, if I'm Merlin, I just shoot it down and hope they shoot Medusa on like they're just fucking with us because they know we are spies.
Okay, so Trey started talking because who said Trey? Oh, Hats said please start talking. Do you think you could have thrown? Oh, wait, what?
No, he's talking to Hats because he's stalling.
Yeah, but like,
Wait, did Medusa app?
wait, yeah, he just voted. Wait, what?
Fuck, bro.
Wait, what? Question mark?
This game is painful.
Wait, what?
No, it's like Wrath to Trey or something, or Mick to Trey. I think
M-
it's Wrath to Trey.
Medusa and I out. Holy smokes.
Yeah, it's Wrath to Trey. Or maybe it's Trey to Wrath. Who knows? Maybe Trey is Percival. To like, and he's just so unsure. Maybe he's like Trey to Hats and Wrath.
Oh,
Or
and
something complete.
yeah, the Hudson Rav.
But like, how do you not assassin Jeb then?
Yeah, I mean, exactly. Like, that's why he rejects 3.3 and rejects 3.2 and approves 3.1. The Hat said he upped. Alright, so Hat's upped. Who's left? Oh, it's just Trey.
Trey. Trey is PR. He's a res PR.
Anti-me Rav is so nonsense. Please Trey Reg. Who cares about... And we lost. It was right hand side.
Oh, it was right hand side. Rip.
Yeah,
Rip.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Percival rejected clean.
Yeah, the clean was rejected. Unfortunately. The clean was
That was
rejected.
horrible. I guess we kind of thought of it this, but then I kind of killed it because I was just like, no shot, two res rejected clean.
You know, at the last second when I saw that Medusa rejected, I instantly approved pretty much. I was thinking like, oh, maybe has Raz, but nothing made sense. Like Mick Maryland, he just got spied out of the game for no reason.
Well, Trey just never gave him a chance. Like, how does Trey app 3.4 but reject 3.2?
I don't know, man. But at least we knew that Clean was rejected because Jeb was a spy, and people should have realized that. I don't think anyone said that Clean was rejected in this game.
I don't know. I thought Jeb was like begging to be morgued.
Yeah, definitely. And he was saying like, "Hey, it's right hand side, right? Let's go for the right hand side." Oh, right hand side will not work. Well, all right. I
Yeah,
guess this is it.
that was a good game. And congrats to the spies. I hope the spies are on my team. I'm not actually sure.
See you next time.